Hello gamers, my name is Seeded Gamer and welcome back to another booster opening video. I have a nice background now, got it from what are they called now, bundles? Yeah, got one of them. Figured it'd look a bit nicer than seeing just random stuff in the background, but let's get to the opening of a KLD booster. Yes, I did well at Friday Night Magic, so that means... love that. Love that sound. Love the sound of a booster opening. It's glorious. Yeah, that means I get a booster to show all of you. Now, still haven't found a better way to hold these while I'm opening them, but let's just get on with this. Thriving Ibex, 2/4 or 3 and a white for a 2/4 goat. When it enters, you get 2 energy. When it attacks, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Need to find a better way of doing this. Oh well. I really like all the cards in the Thriving cycle. There we go. Got there. Thriving cycle, yeah. So Ibex, Rats, the other 3, they're all good. I really like the energy mechanic. I like putting counters on things, and it's good. So, second card, Thriving Turtle. That would be one of the 5. Single blue mana for 0/3 turtle. Enters, you get 2 energy, and same thing with all the Thriving. When it attacks, you may pay 2 energy to put a counter on it. But yeah, this guy is fine. I don't know whether I like this guy more than the Ibex, but I think I like the... Which one do I like the most? The white, the red, or the green? Not sure. I think I probably like the Ibex most for the Thriving cycle. For playability. I mean, having a 0/3 for 1 mana. Okay, is it just me, or do the Thriving cards always seem to come in a set of 3 when you open a booster? Because that's happened to me more often than not. Because we have a Thriving Rhino, 2 and a green for a 2/3. When it enters, 2 energy. When it attacks, you may pay 2 energy to put a counter on it. So this guy's a lot... Well, this guy is faster than the Ibex, but I like having the bigger toughness on the Ibex, so I like that guy more. Do we get a 4th Thriving? Nope, we get a Subtle Strike, a pretty good combat trick. 1 and a black for an instant. Choose one or both. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn, and put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Yeah, this thing can just absolutely blow out combat. So like, if you've got 2 2/2s swinging in, they block with, I don't know, a 2/2 and a 3/2. Then you can either... Well, actually no, you'd still be able to kill both their creatures. You can either... And they block with 2 3/3s. You can give one of the 3/3s -1/-1. Give your other creature a +1/+1 counter, and you're just set. Like just... Oh, you thought you were going to live? Nah, get him out of here. But yeah, I really like this card. This is a very good, almost a kill card, but not quite. Next up, we have Fireforge's Puzzle Knot. 2 mana for an artifact. When it enters, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. You can pay 2 and a red and sack it to deal 1 damage to target creature or player. I think this is probably the weakest of the Puzzle Knots, in my opinion. That or the green one, I'm not sure. So... The blue one lets you scry, which is fine. The white one gets you a servo, which is good for blocking. The black one draws you a card and you lose a life, but that's just how black do. But yeah, no, this one, the green one gains you 3 life, but you also get 3 energy. And if I'm playing in a KLD draft, I've probably got at least one of the Thriving cards from that block, like from that color, or from whatever color I'm playing. So I can usually make use of some of that energy. But yeah, Fireforge's Puzzle Knot, Next up, Curio Vendor. 1 and a blue for a 2/1. It's a piker. Moving on. Chandra's Pyrohelix. Speaking of kill cards, 1 and a red for an instant. Chandra's Pyrohelix deals 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 target creatures and or players. Get those Thopters out of here, or get those servos out of here, or get that Curio Vendor out of here. This just is so versatile. Like, it can kill a 2 toughness creature, it can kill 2 1 toughness creatures, it can kill a 1 toughness creature and dome your opponent for 1. This card is good. I am very much a fan of this card. Moving on though, Cogworker's Puzzle Knot. Speak the devil and he shall appear. 2 mana for a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token and an artifact. And you can pay 1 and a white and sacrifice Cogworker's Puzzle Knot to make another 1/1 servo. This card is fine. I like this card. Like, it's... Which of the... I reckon the black one is probably the strongest, but this one would be second in my opinion. I think you go black puzzle knot, white puzzle knot, blue, green, red. I reckon that's my order there. Anyway, next card. Renegade Freighter, the Freighter Hoof Behemoth. 3 mana for a 4/3 vehicle. Whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+1 and gains trample until end of turn, and it has crew 2. You can crew this with a Curio Vendor, curves in rather nicely. But not really though, because Curio Vendor is terrible. But yeah, this card, not bad. This guy can definitely get in for some decent damage. Like attacking in for as a 5/4 on turn 4, that's pretty decent. I would happily take that card. But yeah, I like it. Moving on though, we have our first uncommon, Hazardous Conditions. 2 black-green for a sorcery. Creatures with no counters on them get -2/-2 until end of turn. Now it seems like this wants to be in a Fabricate deck, where you've got all your green Fabricate and your black Fabricate. You've got your thriving rats and rhinos that can pay energy to get counters on them. It's a very conditional board wipe. I don't know how good it is in the format because I've never actually tried it out, but I feel like there's 1 or 2 situations where this can just be an absolute game winner for you. Like if you're stalled out, they've got a bunch of servos and you've got a bunch of bigger creatures that they don't want to attack into. If you Hazardous Conditions, just wipe most of their board and then swing in for the win. I reckon that could do you some good. Moving on though, we have Whirlmaker. 3 mana for an artifact that has pay 4 and tap to create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. I'm not sure about this guy. Like, it's good late game if you have nothing else to do with your mana than make a Thopter, and they do have flying, so you can evade a lot of creatures, but I'm not sure if it's what you want to be doing. Like, I think this is card number 23 in your sealed pool if you're taking it. But yeah, not terrible, but not too great. Moving on though, let's not skip ahead. Oh man, that card felt weird for some reason. Quicksmith Genius, 2 and a red for a 3/2 human artificer. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Ooh, now this guy's interesting. Discarding a card and drawing a card can be pretty powerful, especially in the late game. But if you're in the late game, you probably don't have many cards in your hand. I guess if you keep a land in there so you can pitch it to this guy to draw you hopefully a non-land card. I guess if you're using the Cogworker's Puzzle Knot, if you keep that around and you draw a card that you don't want, you can just pay 1 and a white, sack the artifact, get a servo, and just draw a new card. Or you can use the Whirlmaker to make you another artifact, which you can use to rummage. So yeah, few uses for this card, could be okay. Moving on though, we've had 3 uncommons, so this should be our rare. It is! Key to the City, 2 mana for an artifact. With tap and discard a card, up to 1 target creature can't be blocked this turn. Whenever Key to the City becomes untapped, you may pay 2 generic mana. If you do, draw a card. With Madness in the set, this guy can be pretty well, not in the set, in the standard rotation. This guy could be pretty powerful in getting, I don't know, an Emrakul through. It helps fuel your Delirium as well. Like you discard, I don't know, artifact creature. Scrap Heap Scrounger would be a good one. Artifact creature 3/2 for 2 mana that can't block. You can pay 1 to black, exile another creature card from your graveyard to put it onto the battlefield. So yeah, that would actually work rather nicely with Key to the City. I may have some brewing to do, but it looks like we still have some cards in here, so let's check out our foil. We got a Foundry Screecher. There's a 2/1 with flying, gets +1/+0 as long as you control an artifact for 2 and a black. This guy is fine. This guy can definitely get through for some damage, and that is not a bad foil. I'm a fan of that one. But yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Don't mind Key to the City. Probably wouldn't use it too much in Limited, unless I had some cards that I didn't really want, or, again, late game, pitch a land to it, make sure you can get your Thriving Ibex through, who knows. But yeah, let's just have a look at our... What do we got? Token first? No, land first. We got a Swamp, and our token is 1/1 Thopter that we make with a Whirlmaker. Oop, shook the camera there, apologies. But yeah, Key to the City. Not a bad rare, but could have been better. I'm happy with it. I can probably That can probably fit in black-green delirium, I don't know. It's probably got better ways of doing that sort of stuff anyway. Oh, appear to be out of focus. I apologise if that's been out of focus the entire time, but I can't seem to get it to refocus, so apologies. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one. Key to the City, not terrible. I do like the foil Foundry Screecher though. Looks a lot nicer in person. You can't really see the foiling all too well on the camera, but yeah. Pretty happy with that pack, so I will see you next time for hopefully another booster opening video. Spoilers, I did get more than one pack, so expect to see another video pretty soon. Anyway, bye!